Climate action is something that we all need to take responsibility for. It's everyone's business. We know it affects us all and that we all have a role to play to limit and mitigate the impact of further ecological breakdown. When we think about people participating in sport and an active life more broadly, enabling people to breathe clean air, to access quality green and blue spaces all year round, and to have safe and sustainable places to live, to work, to play and to travel is critical to their access and participation. We will always be working in conditions that fight against an active life unless we work together to tackle the big issues in place, to include the environmental crisis. We've already seen that when we've had more extreme weather, be that heavy rain or extreme heat, the impact that has on grassroots sports, for example, with waterlogged football pitches leading to cancellation of games and places being too hot for people to travel and to access the usual facilities and spaces and places where they may participate in sport or moving. Sport can play a really important role in driving mainstream behaviour change, and there's many ways that people working across all forms of sport and physical activity can help shift culture and make climate action the norm. This includes both people as celebrities within the sporting world using their platform to help others to really understand that there is an issue, to point to what we're seeing and hearing that lets us know about climate breakdown, and to point to things that people can do to take action to play their part. Also, all of us working across the sector have relationships and trust across our networks, whether we're grassroots community clubs, or we're more national sporting organisations. We're trusted by many people and can help again provide those key messages and communication of the actions that people can take that can support more mainstream action across our communities. We've very much seen this in Greater Manchester as we've been building a geo moving for movement, for example, the ways that trusted translators, trusted community connectors, and all of us, whether we're senior leaders, politicians, policymakers or frontline workers, can all, in the way that we communicate with others, help build a greater understanding, in that instance, of the power and the importance of moving to all of us, but in this instance, equally around the importance of protecting our world to make it a safe and habitable place for all of us to live. There are lots of ways in which sport can play a really important role in driving mainstream behaviour change, and ways in which all of us, whether we're sporting organisations, athletes, or people working in the grassroots, can help shift the culture and take action on climate. One of the ways we can do this is in our communication. So whether we are a celebrity using our platform to help communicate to people that climate action matters, that climate breakdown is happening, and to share some of the ways that people can get involved and join in to ensure that we limit and mitigate against further breakdown is really important. And we've seen that on other issues where celebrities have used their platform to really influence cultural norms and also to shift policy. Also, all of us, whichever place we're working across the sector, have relationships. You know, we can communicate with others who trust us, who see us as reliable sources, as community connectors and trusted transmitters and translators. We all are able to help communicate a message around the importance of taking action on climate breakdown, and again on the things that we can do as individuals, organisations, as networks and whole systems in order to prevent further breakdown. Very practically, there's also lots of things we can do. Thinking about the sports and physical activity sector, again, a lot of the big contributors to carbon emissions apply equally to us and the spaces that we occupy and own. So be that our energy usage across our facilities, be that how we use land and whether we increase biodiversity and green spaces and protect and invest in our blue spaces, how we travel and get about, and how we encourage others across the workforce or those who are accessing our services and our facilities and spaces to travel by an active and sustainable means, and how we reduce our waste reduce and recycle and reuse, stop the use of things like single-use plastic across events, across all our buildings and premises. I think increasing carbon literacy across the sports and physical activity sector is key and is desperately wanted. I speak to people and partners all the time who are really keen on taking action on the climate and on playing their role, both as individuals and organisations, but they don't feel fully equipped to know what to do or how to do it. And given all the other intense pressures that everybody's under, particularly given the cost of living crisis, for example, and personal pressures that people are under as they continue to recover from the pandemic, means that we need to make it as easy as possible for people to be equipped with the information that they need in order for them to take action, and to provide that constant motivation that there are things that you could do and that you're part of something much bigger that will make a difference if we all play our role. So I think supporting both individuals to think about the ways that they can shift their own behaviours across their own lives, and how whether they are running organisations or employees across the sport and physical activity sector, what they can do to make a difference, be that again across events, be that in terms of their own premises and their own travel, or waste, for example. So I'm really excited about the Carbon Literacy Project having a specific role who could support the sector in this area of work, and look forward to all of us playing our part.